I suspect that many of you and I share the love of flying RC airplanes. For me, one of the most frustrating things in RC flying, short of actually crashing a plane, is having the CA bottles seal themselves up before I've used half of the product inside. Mercury Adhesives has great CA products, plus they have a bottle that lets you use everything that you bought. The bottle in the back is typical of way too many CA products on the market. I've had way too many of the spouts twist off like this over the years when they clogged up. The spout on the right is from Mercury Adhesives, and I've purposely used this bottle of glue dozens of times since I started this review. On the left, a common spout that's getting ready to shear off. On the right is the Mercury Adhesive spout that I've been using throughout this review. On the left is the push-on cap from that spout that's getting ready to fall apart. On the right is the screw-on cap from Mercury Adhesives that I've been using throughout this review. In addition to the superior sealing, the Mercury Adhesive caps has this pin inside that keeps the nozzle open all the time. One of the ways I wanted to test these Mercury Adhesive caps was to open it, put a drop of glue on some wood, close it, and do the same thing over and over throughout the day whenever I walk past it. This is that same bottle on the start of the second day with roughly 40 opening and closings. You can see there's nothing on the spout. Over this whole test, I opened and closed this bottle 94 times, dispensing like a drop each time. This is just too easy. I started thinking that maybe there's an angry CA god someplace that's going to set me on fire for showing this. Being able to use all the glue I paid for is saving me so much money that I'll take my chances with an angry CA god. I know somebody's going to ask how this glue works when you're gluing stuff like balsa. To be honest, just about any glue is going to be stronger than balsa. But we'll do that a little bit here, and plus I'm going to do some other types of gluing and see how they come out. Just put a little glue on, then I'll set a bottle on here just to hold it shut until the glue dries. And here I'm still trying to get that original bottle of Mercury Adhesives to clog up. I don't have any idea how many times I actually opened and closed it now. But it's still clean, glue comes out easily. This is dry, clear cherry that's about 1.25 inches wide and 3/4 inch thick. This is way bigger than anything we're going to be using in an airplane. But this is one of the tests that we do in woodworking, so I thought we'd add a little glue here, clamp these pieces together lightly, let them sit for a few hours, and we'll see how this joint breaks. I fully expected this joint to fail because this is just stupid for using CA glues on. I was hopeful that the glue would pull wood out of both sides of the joint to give us a percentage of failure. But as you'll see a little bit later, I thought wrong again. Yes, I'm still trying to get that Mercury Adhesive spout to clog up. We're into like the 4th day of doing this every once in a while when I walk past the bench. And I'm about to give up because the spout still looks perfect. Mercury Adhesives also offers a thread locker in the medium strength. And they even come up with a better idea here. Okay, it's different for RC anyway. There's a little brush in the cap that you use to put the material onto the bolt. It turns out that it's a lot easier to get the amount of thread locker that you want on a bolt with the brush than just kind of squirt it on with a spout. And you can put it on a bolt that's sticking down like this and you don't have to turn the airplane over to get at it. See what happens when people sit down and actually think about something? And right now I'm making a note to change my thread locker brand also. This is that balsa joint we glued earlier, and that came out pretty much like we figured it would. If a glue can't outstrength balsa wood, it can't be called a glue. So I was right about this failure test, but I was way wrong on the next one coming up with that cherry wood. I had so little confidence in this joint, I thought I could just hold one end of this on the bench and use the other part of it to break it off. And here's a little visual about how big this wood actually is and how stupid it'd be to find this in an airplane. And it turns out I'm a little stupid for thinking I could break this by hand. So out to the shop and I clamped one end in my big machinist vise. Years ago I almost hit myself in the face doing this with a woodworking glue. And now I almost hit myself in the face with this CA glue. But when I looked at the pieces that broke, I was really shocked. The failure point was deep into the wood. One side ripped a whole bunch of wood out of the other side. The glue didn't fail at all. So now I'm a big Mercury Adhesives fan. That spout I've been trying to plug up is still clear, and I give up on that test. All other glues work at the very least as good as anything else I've tried, but now I get to use all of it that I bought. I wonder if I could sue them for not telling me how strong their glue really is and me almost punching myself in my pretty face. Probably not, but I'm going to use mercury adhesives from now on anyway.